What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Denver.Bites.Fishing. Today I have a special video. I'm going to be doing kind of a tutorial video. Yes and no. I'm going to just be giving some information. I was given a request to make a video for a bait caster on how to skip. So I figured I'd give a few tips and tools that you might be able to use to help make this an easier process. So first, we'll start with rod, reel, line selection. First and foremost, for rod, I would like to personally stick in the range of like a 7 foot to like 7.4 is like the max. Like 7.2, 7.3 honestly is like the sweet spot for me. That's where I kind of like it. So as far as that goes, when it comes to your rods, kind of made a little list for myself to help everybody here too. If you're looking at the Kastking stuff, as far as the Perigee, that would be a 7.1 medium heavy or a 7 in the heavy possibly. You want to get something that has a little bit of a backbone, not so much of a broomstick, but still with a fast tip. So 7.1 or the 7 medium heavy or the 7 in the medium heavy, the twin tip. At the very most in that rod, I would say the 7.4 heavy. As far as the Brutus goes, I would either do the 7 foot or the heavy, and the same goes in the Crixus and the Resolute. So the 7 medium heavy or the 7 foot heavy, those would be the two that I would actually kind of go with as far as those three different rod types. The Royal Legend, I would stick to the same kind of thing, a 7 foot medium heavy or heavy, but also this is where I kind of like the sweet spot in this one. They have the Royal Legend, the 7.3 medium heavy. Bingo bango, that's a great rod for skipping. And if not, the absolute kind of max that I would suggest is the 7.3 heavy. It's an extra fast tip, but I'm sure you can make it work. Also, the Speed Demon series, the Speed Demon Bass and the Speed Demon Pro, both offer fantastic rods, but a lot of them, in my opinion, are moderate action. So I'm not too thrilled about that when I'm trying to skip. I want something with a little bit of a backbone. I do like that medium heavy to that heavy. So as far as the Speed Demon rods go, there isn't a huge selection for like a skipping purpose. I would say my favorites out of those would be the Frog 7.2 extra heavy and the Speed Demon Bass, just to give you that length, and also maybe the tip. It's an extra fast tip. Not my favorite, but as far as size and length, that's which one I would go for. As far as the Speed Demon Pro, I would go for the 7.2, the heavy, the fast, the Frog rod. Not a bad rod either. It actually works really well for skipping. And the one that's going to surprise pretty much everybody that I like the most is going to be the Blackhawk. And I suggest that either in the 7.1 or the 7.3 medium heavy. Both actually would be great for that setup to try to skip. So that is going to be the rod that I use today, which is the 7.3 medium heavy, the Blackhawk. I'm going to pair that with a Stealth. So some of you have been in the casting game for a while and know all about the Blackhawk and the Stealth. So that's going to be the Stealth. It's going to be the 7 gear ratio there. I do like a fast gear ratio when I'm skipping so I can get it back to me as quick as possible. The other rod choice that you're going to have, obviously, is the new guy. This guy is the one that has those spiral guides. I've got this one paired with the Bassinator Elite. That's going to be the 8:1 gear ratio. Like I said, I like that fast gear ratio so that I can be able to get it back as soon as possible. As far as line goes, so the downside to making a video on your phone, just so you know, Mr. VF. That's the other thing too. I'm going to just put a little thing in here. I'm making this all on my cell phone just because I wanted to kind of go through the process for my buddy Josh Villa from Kastking. He was trying to get into some video making. I figured let's try to figure out the easiest process for him. So I'm going to try to figure that out and hash it out for him, give him those specs. If you're also interested, I guess let me know and I can help you out with that as well. Next, I'm going to go into line. And line is something, like I said, another very key part of this. I would suggest starting out with monofilament. Two reasons because the first, it's cheap. Ridiculous cheap most of the time. You can find a full spool of it, mostly Walmart, for less than $2. This one here, an off-brand, I've never heard it in my life, has a nice walleye picture on the front of it though. That's cool. This is 20-pound mono, and I got this for $1 at the dollar store. Not the Dollar Tree, unfortunately, not the Dollar General. It's a dollar store that I have here, but It just goes to show you can find cheap line pretty much anywhere. This is something I would suggest because guess what? When you're going to learn how to skip, you're going to blow up some reels. They're going to get bird's nested terrible. You're going to hate every minute of it. That's why I suggest starting slow. Okay? We're going to start with a weightless plastic worm on a worm hook or an EWG hook, whatever you have, just to get the basics down. So, for the beginning, I suggest starting someplace easy. Most everybody has concrete around them, whether it's a sidewalk, whether it's a road, something. Go outside and try to just work it on the gravel. Now, I had an issue where I worked it on the gravel too much just to practice a couple times just before I came out here, and my worm actually came off the hook because it had gotten rubbed on the ground too much. And when I went to go throw it, I didn't realize it, and the worm flew off. My hook hit the garage door next to me and blew up my reel. Had to start all over. So, like I said, you're gonna have to start a couple times. So either pay the $2 to blow up a couple reels with monofilament, or pay $17 sometimes when you look at some of the fluorocarbons and stuff out there. So don't do that. You can use braid. I have braid on my sprawl today. That's what I'm going to be using. It's not necessarily what I suggest, but it can be done on all types. That's why I will show you. I'll even put a little clip in here to show you that I can do it even with a full-on 1 ounce weight at the end of it and a big old creature bait to kind of give some weight to it. You're not going to want to put weight onto your hook to start pitching because you don't want it to hit the water and then just sink. Think about it like skipping rocks. You know, when you get back in the day when you're skipping rocks, you kind of get low, and then you kind of, you know, get as low and even plane to that water as possible. You're kind of going to do the same thing with bait casting. Bait casters are full of, you know, problems if you kind of try to just huck it and go crazy and just hard. So you want to kind of start off slow. It's all about inertia with basic bait casters. So slow, you're gonna, just like I like to fish, and I've given you suggestions in other videos, is you're gonna start from the bottom of the column to the top. The same kind of thing with the fishing. Okay, I go ahead and I start from the bottom and I come up. When you go up at your release, you're gonna finish coming on the upswing. If you go down and try to skip it down, you're basically just gonna throw it right into the water. You're not gonna help yourself out. You're gonna backlash and blow up your reel, and it's not gonna be fun. So thanks, guys. I don't suggest that at all. I suggest, like I said, trying to get it on the even plane, starting on the bottom and coming up. First thing we're going to do when we're tuning our reels, I'm going to give you both of these, okay? This one is my favorite for just this or the Spartacus. Magnetic brakes on the inside. It's got centrifugal brakes, okay? I don't care which ones are on your reel, no matter what you're doing. A pro is still going to backlash. People still backlash. It happens to them all the time. Don't think anyone is perfect, especially at fishing. It's never going to be real. But set your brakes inside, outside, as high as you possibly can get it. That way, if you do have an issue, hopefully your brakes can save you a little bit or enough to get you through the backlash. So that's our 3 tips. A faster reel if possible. Not necessary though, because you can skip any reel. Tension, brakes, all work the same. The rod, get the right length, and then as far as the lure to start, let's go with something weightless like a Senko, and then you can move up. If you're going to start with a jig, definitely like an 1/8 of an ounce, smallest you can find, because honestly, a jig is one of the hardest to absolutely skip. I've skipped buzzbaits, I've skipped, you know, jigs and chatterbaits and frogs, but jigs are pretty tough sometimes. So I'm going to be honest with you about that one. So don't just go out there with a jig and think that it's going to be the best idea to start. But without further ado, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and show you my range of motion that you can kind of see what's going on. I'm going to try to throw a couple out there. I might even backlash a few times. It's possible. It is what it is. Don't get discouraged because you're backlashing. Another reason why I don't want you to get discouraged for the line choice. Make sure that it is monofilament, something cheap that you can get rid of. Today, something special. I poured up one of these guys. Probably can see it, maybe. Probably not. is a special orange with black flake and gold flake. It's my special Kastking edition stick bait. Poured it just for this video, so we'll see if maybe it gives me good luck as far as the casting goes. Like I said, I don't think there's really any fish that could take this big of a lure. So I'm not worried about catching anything, I'm just worried about showing you. So I'm gonna get over here kind of where you can still kind of see me in the video. I'm gonna kind of, I don't know if you can see out here, there's that little section of the bubble, the aeration is in the middle of the pond. So we're gonna just try to work towards that, okay? Same kind of thing. You can skip one-handed, you can skip two-handed. I don't suggest one-handed to start. All right, tension. Have my little lease, sorry guys, I'll fix that next. All right, so a little slower. We're gonna get our tension right. Remember, we're not gonna come down. We're not gonna slap the water, okay? We're gonna bait probably about 6 to 8 inches from the end, okay? Something I like to do because I find it easy is I do a circular motion. It helps me get that plane right towards the water so that I can just swing it out and be right on that level. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the bottom and I'm going to come up. Almost like I'm making a bad dip in baseball. So let's see if I can do it again. So I can sit around that way a little bit, but we'll skip. Little high. Something that happens just in case. You kind of get worried, you know? You don't want to hit right at the bank. You want to get a little further out. See? See how it got out there? Skips a little bit. Let's see if we can get zoomed in a little. Okay. So, again, a little less weight this time. I got my brakes all the way up. See if you can see it again. We'll skip there. Okay. Again. Down, and then you're going to come up with your follow through. Down and up. Skip it. Down and up. I think that bird almost went to go get it. Sorry, buddy, this isn't real. Okay? Skip it. Down and up. Out there. We're going to get a couple more here. You already know what the skipping looks like. That's the issue. You know what it looks like. Slapped it. I slapped it up close, but the point is I didn't even get to the grass line. I went just past that a little bit. It's okay to throw it out a little further. No backlash. Brakes all the way up. Try it again. Again, I'm going to see if I can get on camera, because I think right here is about my view. So let me see if I can start my skip a little further out. I just threw it. Hold on. Let's see if I can start my skip a little further out. Little skip, yeah, nothing major. Let's see if we can start it a little further out. There we go. Hopefully you're able to see. I'm a good 10 feet away from me that's going to be good. You're slap. No backlash. Okay? That's the plus side. That's how you know you're doing it right. Is you're getting that dive into the water. It's going to skip on top like a rock. Alright guys, I'm going to bring it on in. Alright, so easy basics about skipping, okay? High brakes, back them off as you feel fit. You don't want to just go ahead and throw it like you usually would, because you're probably going to backlash and it's going to take a while. Next thing, right rod selection. Next thing, right line selection. Again, I'm doing it with braid out here. That's probably another reason why I'm causing myself issues, because this isn't where I would usually skip personally. a boat would be preferable, but we'll use the pond today. So I just want to say thank you for everybody who stuck with me during this video. I hope I got your questions answered. Again, it's all about that trajectory, and it's all about your settings on your bait caster. You want to make sure that you have enough breaks, because if not, you're going to go through them. Mono, mono, mono. Let it waste out. Let it backlash. Cut it out. Try it again. Rinse and repeat. Try on concrete. It'll work. I guarantee you. As for Denver Bites Fishing, I'm out of here. I just want to say a special thanks to Kastking as well as Vector Hooks for giving me the hooks here, so I can go ahead and show you fine people. Everybody take care, stay safe during this virus that's going on. Hopefully we get all through it soon, and we can enjoy beautiful weather and fishing and all the fun stuff that come with it. Take care. Keep them biting.